one. It's from T_Ian. It's 55 minutes ago. What up, guys? This is BM, and you're watching Ask Me Anything with BMIm ready. And let's get into some questions. This one is from Theoretically Satan. He or she says, "Hey BM, I'm a huge fan of your work. Broken Me is incredible and really resonates with me a lot. I was wondering if you could tell us anything about your creative process, things like where you get your inspiration from and how you translate that into your music and production." Thank you so much. I try to keep everything as real as possible and from personal experiences when I do write my songs and lyrics. If it isn't from personal experiences, it's from pure imagination of what I feel like I would do or wouldn't do in any given situation. Anything that's just, that helps upgrade the artistry in itself. So it starts from a personal place, and then it either stays there or it ends up somewhere that's a part of my imagination, because imaginations are endless. This next one is from Jashawn_97. We absolutely love that track. It is so close up and personal to all of us. A quick question for you is, what would Matthew describe true happiness as? True happiness. I would say find happiness in the little things, really. I think, obviously, besides, being able to be creative in an atmosphere where, I have all the resources I need. Just little things, taking a little walk sometimes, visiting maybe Han River, being able to listen to music, even just little moments with your friends. I think those are really the little moments that really count. Besides that, really, if you put it on a success type thing, just being able to take care of your people, I feel like that's one thing that my true happiness comes from, just being able to help. This one's from Sarah U Sunflower, and here she says, "Do you still study Spanish? If so, could you say something you have learned recently?" I should be, but I haven't been studying Spanish. I know a very little amount of Spanish, but I think the last thing I learned was curse words when I was in Spain. I don't even know if I could say it here. So I asked promoters and tour guides what's like the slang in Spanish, and he told me it's de madre. That just means that's the shit, de madre, the literal translation is something you should not say in front of your mom or dad. So all you guys out there that are learning this phrase, don't say it in front of anyone you respect, because you might get smacked in the head. This one's from StrangeMuffin 359, and they said, "Hi BM, can you tell us which are the lyrics that are most meaningful or were hard to write for Broken Me to you?" This song wasn't really hard to write. Being that it came from a very personal place, the fact that it reminded me of, not only struggles I've been through, but just the sound-wise of songs that I listened to so much back in the day, like people like Linkin Park, Blink-182. I had my little emo rock phase too, so it took me back to that place too. So honestly, it came out really natural for me. A part of the lyrics I really like is really the first 4 bars. A lot of the people were, captivated by the song from the start. Those 2 lines in itself, can resonate with so many people. And it was really easy. It was easy to write. I took it home after I got the beat, and I wrote it in a day. This one is from SWTNSS. Oh, Sweetness 462, and they said, "I loved your song. I play it every day. Will you be releasing any more? You're a very talented young man. Thank you." Thank you, Sweetness 462. And yes, I will be releasing more songs this summer. I got a triple single EP coming out. It's gonna be a digital EP with 3 songs, one of which is Broken Me, but the Korean version. I have a very sexy deep house song also in it, and I have my title track with it, which is a hard-hitting rap hip-hop song. be on the lookout for that. It's also coming with a music video too, and we shot a movie for that, so be on the lookout. And Oh Hot Dog says, "Hi BM. When Jay gave you a shout out on the K-pop Debak show, Eric said you probably cried. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard did you cry?" I didn't cry. I was mad hyped though, not gonna lie. I think that was the first time I saw Jay Park shout me out on content, on film. So I was super hyped about that. Jay's been that dude for me where, like, you know, when I was coming up, when I first started my whole career, I saw him on stage. Before I started my career, I saw him on stage. Like right after my little audition program thing, I was able to be at a concert, a New Year's concert, I think back in 2012, when it was going into 2012. And I caught him on stage and I was like, "Yo, who is that guy?" And he was just like, he was dope, very Americanized, singing super well. Not to mention all the girls going crazy over him. I was just like, dang, I need to be that guy. Apart from being the artist and musician he is, I just feel like being the hustler and being like the dude who, you know, helps people get put on, has a helpful platform, is just super dope. So big ups to Big Bro J. Yeah.
This one is from Ride on the Wind 13. Hi BM, lots of love from Chile. Here's a question. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Considering if I want to maintain my body or not, one food for the rest of my life, huh? Probably chicken breast. Just because I need to keep my titties big. Yeah, chicken breast. There's a lot of good chicken breasts out there now. I mean, not all of it tastes like you're chewing on paper anymore. There's a lot of good ones out there now. So, yeah, there's some that actually taste really soft and good. So, chicken breast, so I can maintain the titties.
Oh yeah.
From OG TrashCon, what bops are on your current playlist?
Ooh, what bops are mine? Let's look at them right now. I mean, first, the new J. Cole album is on it. I got a lot of AK Dior. That's my little brother. That's my blood brother. If you guys don't know about AK Dior, get familiar, because he's got some slappers. Jazz Cartier, a lot of Blast, some AG Club. AG Club is fire these days. Some G-Eazy, Forever Friday. Then I have some like random like up and coming artists too, like Cousin Stiz, HL. Got a lot of St. John. St. John's dope. Shada Spence, Russell's dope.
Nico Fatpad said, I can bench 225 pounds, 100 kg. Can I be a part of the Big Titty Gang?
Yeah. Hell yeah, you can. That's about how much I bench. Max, too. You bench a lot, my friend.
So this one is from Shanae ZZZ.
Hey.
You're big on mental health and not afraid to speak on the issue. I was wondering, what are the top ways you personally cope with anxiety and stress?
Oh man, is there really coping with it? I mean,
All around me are familiar.
I feel like when you're really heavily in it, or at least when I was, there wasn't like a fast fix for it. You know, there wasn't a fast remedy for what I was going through at the time. It all depends on where your mind state is at, and it's a slow process getting out of it, honestly, because the reasons for it is going to be because something in life is hitting you. You know, it's hitting you hard. And, until you find yourself out of those situations, or slowly starting to get out of those situations, I feel like, you know, there's no fast fix. So for me, the only thing I could tell you is when I realized that I started getting out of my anxious and depressing phase was when I started to really look not far ahead, but what's right in front of me. What's the next step that's right in front of me? What do I have to do? So don't look too far ahead. You know, the answers might be right in front of you, and take the baby steps. Don't try to take leaps. Take little baby steps, and before you know it, you'll find yourself healthier and looking back on it like, damn, I really got through that. Sovereign Overall asks, hi BM, what's it like being a Korean American in this industry? And who else do you want to include in the Big Titty Committee? For the Big Titty Committee, whoever the fans give a pass to are the ones that are in it. So I get DMs all the time saying, hey, what about this guy? What about that guy? If you feel like he's got a good pair, he's got a good pair.
Shout out to all the pair.
For your other question, what it's like being Korean American in this industry? I don't know. I mean, it's not really, you know, I don't feel like there is much more advantageous. I just feel like I just speak English. Yeah, I mean, that has to be the only big difference, which is huge in Korea apparently. Like, they think they take it really big if you know how to speak English, because it's just a universal language. So they really see it as a big thing. Being from the States, how I naturally grew up in an aspect with my creativity, it helps because I could write English lyrics as well as Korean lyrics. This one's from Sad Dream. I know Sad Dream. She's one of our big Korean fans. She says, 빅 매튜가 세상을 지배한다. 곧 나올 곡들과 앨범 정말 기대돼요. 스포는 언제쯤 가능할까요? 얼른 듣고 싶어요. 그리고 매튜 사랑해. 저도 사랑합니다. 일단 지금으로서 스포할 수 있는 것들이 그렇게 많지는 않아요. 제가 사실 지금까지 나온 내용들 제외해서 더 스포를 할 수는 없을 것 같아요. 왜냐면 티저로 나오는 그 내용들이나 컨텐츠나 사진들, 영상 등등 다 굉장히 큰 스포고 오래 기다리지 않으셔도 돼서 조금만 더 기다리면 진짜 곧 엄청난 스포들 많이 생길 것 같아요.
This question is from TSVKKIS,
Hey.
and it says, BM, would you rather fight a horde of dinosaurs or a horde of aliens?
Good question. Aliens.
I have been chosen.
Dinosaurs, they could just eat me. Aliens, from what I've heard, they're tiny. So I mean, aliens. I'll be the alien.
This question is from Magnum Miracles.
Yo.
They asked, who is hotter between Black Widow and Scarlet Witch?
Scarlet Witch or Black Widow, huh? I'm gonna be honest with you, Black Widow is sexy and really throws it down. But to my personal preference, I kind of like Scarlet Witch. She's very intimate and very like in her feelings and very so vulnerable. I don't know. I feel like we could chop it up about, you know, a lot of life conversations and just get deep and really fall in love. Black Widow, I feel like if I said something she didn't like, she'll probably whoop my ass. So Scarlet Witch. But I don't mind, I'll take both.
Abby the Carrot.
Yo.
Any book recommendations? If you're not a big reader, maybe some film recommendations, and I hope you're having a good day. Heart.
Thank you. I'm reading the Bible as much as I can these days. Trying to get as much insight and wisdom from the big man upstairs. Helping me kind of just have a more human outlook on life. You know, how we should be more compassionate, thoughtful of each other. And really, I feel like my biggest thing nowadays I take from the Bible is don't judge others. I feel like I'm not one that it has a 100% clean slate. Before I look at you and nitpick on the little stuff in your life, I gotta look within and see what I'm doing bad and what I'm doing, you know, that I can fix. So I feel like that's one thing big that I take from the Bible nowadays.
Hey, this one is from Puzzle Headed,
Hey,
Me520. In one of your V-Lives, you said you were cooking some beats for Joseph too.
yeah.
Can we expect a solo track from Joseph produced by you?
If ever given the chance, yeah, I already sent him a couple beats. that I feel he would sound amazing on. And they're actually not like they're just hard hitting. They're really hard hitting. I feel like with his voice and his lyricism, he can make crazy banger out of what I sent him. Putting it out, that's all up to the company, my label, to see if it makes sense when he's out. If it was up to me, I'd have that song out right now. But right now he's enlisted in his mandatory enlistment, and I feel like we could talk about this a lot more when he's out as well. So you can expect big things from Jason. He's doing very well. Send him your love, send him messages, and it's also his birthday on the 21st. I don't know when this video is coming out. If it's past, send him a happy belated if you haven't already.
Sir, this is a Wendy's? I don't know if that means anything to you.
What does that mean?
This one is from BMIm. And oh my god, I need to know, favorite Pokemon?
I go incredibly back and forth between two Pokemon. I'm more of like the OG Pokemon type of guy. Back when Yellow and Red and Blue were out, I go back and forth between Blastoise and Charizard. But I feel like right now I'm more of a Charizard type of guy. Oh, there's so many new Pokemon nowadays. I mean, I haven't been keeping up, but Charizard is my number one as of now.
This question is from Sleeping Bun.
Yeah.
Hi BM, if you weren't under DSP, what other K-pop company do you think you'd be likely to be in?
I feel like an answer for this, if you ask anyone in any of their respective companies, the generic answer is no other company. I love my company. But my real answer is I really love my company. I'll tell you why. I've worked really hard to gain their trust and to gain trust and be able to have them not fear being able to have me organize and navigate the whole artistry. So initially for a company, they want to sell songs, CDs, with the product, which is the artist, whether the artist creates it himself or they have a team of producers, stylists, that creative for them. But for me, I'm in a place right now where I've been able to release the artistry that I want to release. Not a lot of companies can do that. Not a lot of companies, I feel, want to give that type of privilege to their artists. So I'm in a very privileged state right now with my label DSP, and they trust me. I trust them. We're working very well together right now. But there was a lot of bumps in the road before that. Right now, things look very well. I feel like I'm changing a lot of the standards in my company right now too. Hopefully, we'll continue to have a good relationship. So as far as right now, I wouldn't go anywhere else. I want to be the reason that DSP is one of those legendary companies again.
This one's by OG TrashCon again.
Yeah.
What's a meme, Vine, or YouTube clip that never fails to take you out?
The one where I neck slice my member so much.
Put you in the face. Neck slice.
That one always has me dying. I don't know why. I didn't know I said it so like
Neck slice.
the way I did. I feel like just any Vine, any meme, any clips of just me and my members' interactions are just all very fun to watch, and it reminds me how much I love my members too. White Rice 87 asks, curious, what are your maxes on your big 3 lifts? My max right now, I've sized down a lot the past 4 or 5 months, and when you size down, the amount of weight you can lift also comes down with it. Not always, but in my case, I've been cutting up a lot, so I've been concentrating more on higher reps, lower weights. But my max on benching is 100 kilos, which I think is around 220. Not too much for a lifter, but enough to keep, I feel like, the titties tight. I actually don't do squats anymore, nor do I do deadlift. I don't know if I haven't learned the form properly yet, but I have a very weak lower back. I think it's from all the skateboarding I did when I was younger, and obviously all the dancing. Taking a lot of time out right now to make sure I maintain a healthy lower back. A lot of stretches, a lot of foam rolling, and massages on a basis. I try to stay away from the deadlift rack, the squat rack, but I do stay heavy on the machines, the one where my back is stationary and supported by a backrest. So I still hit legs. I still do my extensions. I still do my hammy curls. As far as weight wise, I try not to concentrate too much on how much I'm lifting, just more on the form and if I'm really getting the muscles to rip nice. If you had to go live alone on an island and you could only take 3 things with you, what would you take? Oh, I know exactly what I'd take. I would take J-Sip, Tommy, and Gio to our team. We struggle together. They'd be mad at me as hell. If that really happened in real life, they'll be like, why'd you bring me? They'll probably kill me and eat me.
This one again is from Sovereign Overall. So which one of your songs is your favorite and why?
I have 3 songs coming out very soon. And as of now, I think my very favorite one is the house track. It's called Body Movin'. And the reason it's my favorite one right now is because when we were making it and when we were recording it, that was kind of like the one with the least expectations. But the way it came out, after all the mixing and mastering has been finished, I feel like that one, people are gonna like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's a very sexy song and has a club vibe to it. It definitely makes you feel sexy. But then I go back and forth with all of my songs, honestly. But as of now, Body Movement has to be my favorite. I'm gonna do a lot of scrolling real quick. Hi BM. First, congrats on Broken Me. I would also like to ask, are there times when you are feeling a lack of motivation, and what kinds of things do you do to overcome them? I also want to say that I admire you so much. I always enjoy watching you from wherever. Thank you so much for the content you continue to produce for us. No problem. When I feel a lack of motivation, it depends really where my headspace is at. If I feel like I can get it out that day, then I just keep trying. If I'm in a music production atmosphere, I'm on a deadline and really have to get it out, I look for inspiration anywhere and everywhere, whether that be YouTube, the internet, or just my surroundings. If I cannot produce a beat or a track or a top line well, I go downstairs to our training facility and I just freestyle dance there for a while. I come up, and for some reason, since my heart is pumping and my brain feels a little bit more refreshed, sometimes the lyrics and the top lines just come out very natural. Try doing anything. Exercise can be good. If not, there are times where I just leave it where it's at. I've heard a lot of great poets, a lot of great writers. When they go through writer's block, they leave it where it's at and they come back to it the next day or the next week or whenever, considering you don't have a deadline. Thank you guys so much for your questions on Reddit. AMA Ask Me Anything. My new single, Broken Me English version, is out. My next triple single digital EP is coming out very, very soon. It's called The First Statement, and it's going to be a strong one at that, so stay tuned. Alright, peace.
Yay.